Oh shit, look at this, look at this. What's good? It's Maximus here today. Woo! Man, I will tell you, it was a very well, I'm gonna wait a minute, let the people then float in. Let me get this set to public. Some reason Facebook never lets it be public. Also gonna confirm that it's visible in my other location. Let's take a look here. I don't know. They don't ever have anything good here. I'm just fudging around, waiting for people to wake up and see the show is going on. So that's more or less the situation. Hey, Miss Kim, what's up? Nice to see somebody's alive in here. Because right now, I'm just waiting for the world to wake up and see me because motherfuckers is slow. You know, you try to show up on time, and black folk, of course, don't be on time. And I know I tend to promote to a lot of black people, so they tend to be a little slow with it sometimes. You know, sometimes you gotta give them a minute to get it together, see if they actually paying attention. So weird. It doesn't show up in my group, and it should. I gotta figure that out. But nonetheless, I have it here. So, because I wanna before we get into the topic today, kind of want to talk about my weekend a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like what I got into, what was going on, all that good stuff. Because I had an eventful week, and I actually have a post coming up that's going to show a recap of my weekend. The motherfucker's like 4 minutes. I gotta edit that bitch because that shit is long as hell. I didn't realize it was gonna be that long when I decided to fucking um when I decided to put that shit together. I put it on my TikTok. Those that follow me on TikTok probably saw it already. You know. Um but yeah, that's pretty much the situation. So what's good? I see we got a few people in here. Say hello real quick. Let me know you here. Don't be light skinned. Be proud skinned and say hello. How you doing? All that stuff. I can see your comments. Yeah, so anyway, I wanted to touch on this topic because it's a very popular thing that's being utilized in this day and time. And hey, Elizabeth, what's up? It's a very popular thing that's being used in this day and time. And hey, Jazzy, what's up? What's up? What's up? That's right. Be proud of your skin, baby. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So now that we got the pleasantries out the way, y'all can say hello as y'all come in. Say hello to each other. Hello, my neighbor, and all that good shit. Um. So this weekend was interesting. I didn't do anything. What's up, Winter? Long time. What's up? Um. I went to Labor Day events Jesus Christ, I can't have this damn chat popping up while I'm doing this because it's very distracting. Let me minimize that. If y'all could see what pops up on my screen, Lord Jesus, I'm in some of the wrong, craziest groups. Anyway, so yeah, my weekend was fucking great. Like I had fun. I actually had a good time. I ended up going to like 3 events. One of them wasn't planned. I got dragged last minute, but it ended up being a good time nonetheless. So I had fun. No dating or nothing crazy like that. It just was had a couple of events lined up. These were planned from like way before. And yeah, I went to those. It was all about the West Indian Day parade weekend, a bunch of different soca events, and I had me a time and a half. You know, you have fun when you barely got to record anything. I don't even have pictures like that. I think I took a picture in my Friday night outfit. Everything else, maybe I caught a selfie, and that was it. But I had a great freaking time. I don't use the I don't go to the Labor Day parade. Labor Day parade I don't go to. What are you talking about, Stephanie? What doesn't work? Hey Angel. I'm trying to like I went to like one event I went to called Soca Brainwash. Oh, that was a great time. Oh, Stephanie, we're gonna get into it. That was a great fucking time. It was a great time. And I had so much fun. Like, you don't even understand. It was an amazing time at that event. Had VIP tickets. So it allowed me to get away from the party, get my liquor, then go back to the party and turn up and joke around with everybody else and then come back. You'll see a lot of my videos once I put it up are from a higher perspective because I was in these VIP sessions, all that shit. Me and my peoples always do that. I've been doing that for years because we all work very hard, so we spoil ourselves when we do come out. But anyway, so had a great fucking time. Went to what's called the Juve Fete. For those that don't know, that is something whose history is actually in tribal ceremonies where you're throwing paint, pounding, and dancing to music. It actually has its roots back in when we first celebrated liberation in the West Indies. They would celebrate by throwing those kind of events, and the whole paint and powder thing would represent them throwing the sand and all of that and just celebrating their freedom, which originally originates in Africa, where we learned a lot of those tribal patterns from. So, and we brought that over to West Indies, and then that carries over into these Juve events you see now. And it's an event that you go to early in the morning because it's supposed to be like Juve morning, which is, you start off with your celebration early as the sun rises and you got the drums and you're stomping, you're covered in oil. It's the thing. They don't do all of that at all of them, but it's still a vibe even without the oil thing because the oil is very hard to get off sometimes. And I did that once. I'm going to do it again once I get in better shape. But anyway, let me see what else. And then ended up going to this event, AM Bush. Oh, AM Bush, excuse me. No, that's a whole different event. That's another Juve event. I love Juve events. I keep talking about it. Then I went to another event was called AM Brunch, and that one was a great time. But it's a little stush, whatever, but it still was a great time. People was dancing, had a great time there. That was one I didn't expect. I was dragged there. I thought I was going to be working and didn't quite work out that way. So no work on Labor Day for me. It happened. Anyway, so now let's get to this topic. All right. So, Stephanie, you're going to have to tell me about that story about the powder. I'm sure it's funny. But, all right. So, in these days and times, there's a lot of different apps out there. I'm sure a lot of people have tried it. Even if you haven't tried it personally, you know somebody who has. Back in the days, they used to make jokes, oh yeah, Christian Mingle, ha ha ha, and all that, whatever. Now everything has a dating app. For those of you that don't know, even Facebook has a dating app. They have a section for on Facebook dating where people collect matches and never respond to each other. Oh, and I'm going to give you a little bit of introspective on this because I have done research on each of these apps. I literally would try their trial memberships, meaning I have premium access for a month. And I tried it with each of these that I'm going to mention. I tried it with Bumble. I tried it with Field, which is a dating app for people who are in the lifestyle community. I tried it. Where else did I try it? Shit, I almost forgot one thing because this is gonna mess up the show if I don't. Ooh, child. Excuse me, pardon me. Had to hit that DND, excuse me. If I don't put my do not disturb on, somebody gonna try to call me while I'm doing this. It's gonna piss me off because I'm like, why you ain't watching the show? Well, you should know I'm on, so you don't call me, but you don't know, you're not paying attention. You should know. Anyway, so like I said, I've tried each of these apps. Field is a lifestyle dating app. It's supposed to be for people who are and have different kinks and different flavors within the lifestyle community, whether it be BDSM or gay, straight, whatever. Whatever it is you can imagine, Field covers it on paper. But I'm going to keep it a stack with you. I don't feel like that app is really it. It's just a personal thing. And I had premium access. And I was not impressed. So now, let's roll over to Bumble. Similar situation. The app was on. It's a regular app. It has, that's one of the more popular ones. I've heard of other ones too, like, I don't know, it's Black something. I forget the name of the app. But the main ones I tried was Bumble, the Facebook dating, and the Field app because I was curious at how these apps work. And those three apps are basically cover the three different genres of types of people that are looking to meet and date people in this atmosphere and community of ours. Whether you be lifestyle or whether you be vanilla, one of these apps will work for you. And what I saw was, first off, there's a lot of women between 35, well, actually a lot of women 35 and up on that thing. Jesus. And keep in mind, I purposefully kept my findability and searchability parameters between 18 and 65. And I did that not because I want people between 18 and 65 to hit me up, because that wasn't what that was. It was because I wanted to get a broad idea of what was going on these set apps. And the only way I could see that was to keep those ranges. And when I say there's a lot, fellas, if you are looking for a woman that may or may not respond to your message, you have a better chance on one of these apps. Well, on two of them. Let me say this. I'm going to get the worst one out of the way now. Field is trash. It's overpriced. Field costs like $24.99, I think, monthly to have premium access. And let me tell you about that app. It is not good. The functionality is kind of okay. It seems like it keeps showing you the same people over and over and over again, which doesn't make sense. Even when you change your parameters, you're still seeing the same people. And it's like, why? If I swiped them before, why are you bringing them back? And another problem with it is people will match with you and then they don't respond at all. Now, I will say on Facebook dating and on Bumble, the experience is a little different. I'm going to get into those in a second. Like I said, I'm going to start with Field for the lifestyle. Don't waste your time on this. Don't waste your money on it. You better off on SLS. Y'all know what SLS is. If you're in lifestyle, you know what SLS is. You better off on there. Maybe you can find whatever, or on FetLife. Those are better options for you, to be honest. And even on those, it's hard in the niche community to find those that match up. So good luck. But I'm just going to tell you, don't waste your time with that app because it ain't going to do nothing for you. Now, we also have Bumble and Facebook dating. I'm going to go Bumble next because I feel like Bumble's a level up from that. Bumble can kind of be effective, but then they charge too much. Hit the like button, y'all. As y'all come in, even if you can't stay for the whole show, at least hit the like button. It helps the video out. Please also share it if you can. Share. Let other people see that I have a lot to give to this world in the form of my knowledge and experience. Thank you. I seen the like. I appreciate it. Thank you. Love. Thank you. Share it away. Let people see this. Share is a free 99, baby. I'm just asking y'all to do what's cheap and what's easy. All right. So now, like I said, we have the Bumble app. Oh, this thing. It's interesting. I ran into a couple of people I knew that actually had dated before that happened to end up on the app. And it was hilarious because when I saw them on the app, I was like, I know this person. I humped that person before. And this person, oh shit. Well, whatever. And it was funny because they would sometimes hit me and like my shit. And I'd be like, but you know me already. I'm like, you trying to spin the block? All right, I'm going to match you. Let's see what happens. It ain't going nowhere. Because, it's whatever. But I thought it was interesting because at least it's partially paying attention to your personality traits and matching you. Because I feel like it did put some interesting people there, but they weren't good for long-term circumstances. They were good for a good time, not a long time, if you get what I'm saying. So that's pretty much where Bumble is. It has a premium cost. It's about, I think, like $14 a month or something like that. I got to keep it a stack with you. I typically recommend apps that have paywalls, and I'll tell you why. Now, if you're dating and you want to avoid the bots and the bullshit in the whatever profiles, and you're actually trying to find somebody, and you want to use the online dating tactics, I feel like having a paywall filters out a lot of the bullshit. That's my personal opinion. That's my observation based on what I've been doing, looking at these different apps. Now, also with Bumble, the problem is you can only communicate to a certain level. Like, you can't see who likes you unless you have premium. Like, it'll let you know people like you, but you can't see it. Sometimes I feel like the apps automatically like certain people to each other. Because there's times where I end up matching with someone, I'm like, I don't even remember liking their profile. How'd that happen? But it happens. I find that weird. Hey, my people on YouTube, hit the like button too, please. Thank you. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Thank you. Sorry, because this messenger is coming up and people's random nudes is like popping on my screen. This shit is crazy. And it's very distracting when I'm trying to do a show. I don't know why every time I'm trying to do a show, motherfuckers want to distract me. Last year, it was the Holy Ghost popping up. This time I was smart though. I connected my tablet to the speakers before anybody could randomly connect to it and fuck with my damn speakers again. 'Cause I feel like somebody knows that I'm recording around this time and they think it's cute to try to put that on. So we're going to get in front of that. Now, I'm going to get to Facebook dating. Because Facebook dating is a motherfucking shit show. Now, Facebook dating is actually good. Algorithmically, I would say Those who don't understand what an algorithm is, algorithm basically looks at your pattern and based on your patterns forms a profile. And that's what the algorithm basically calculates all of that to put you with the right people as best to its ability. That's the purpose of the algorithm. So in this algorithm, what's happening is, what the hell? Anyway, so in this algorithm, the problem is, well, what's going on is that, yes, for the most part, it's matching pretty well. It's doing a pretty good job. I would say that. Um, let's see here. Mute this. Yes, mute y'all, please, and thank you. Cool. No more of that. No more random nudes popping up on the screen while I'm trying to do a podcast. People think it's cute. They want to say, "Hey, look, I know you're on camera, so woo!" It's adorable. But let's stop. Anyway, yeah, Kim, like you said, you've met nice people, but they're not dateable. I have actually come across some people that are have some real potential off of the Facebook dating app. I have. Now, there might be a couple of things that don't line up because that's dating in general. The pattern of dating in general is that most people that you meet is not going to line up. But has anybody that's watching this put a hand signal or something if this was you? How many of y'all have found love off of one of these dating apps and are still in it now? Because I'm curious. Angel, I'm sure there's always something to say about that. Really, Chrissy, you found love on there and it's still going to this day. That's what's up. Anybody else? Because I'm pretty confident the majority of people are going to say it ain't work out too good for them. And let me tell you something. First of all, the number one thing you have to do, because it's okay for people to meet and it just doesn't go the distance. Sometimes it's life. Sometimes shit happens. The timing's just off. Sometimes there are things that you're just diametrically opposed on that just don't quite track. It's a lot of things. And I mean, that's dating in real life too. That's not just dating on these apps. The good thing about, and I'll say the good thing about online dating, you can really get to know somebody before you decide to be seen outside with these motherfuckers. Because let me tell you something. Shaniqua says she's never tried online dating. I mean, it's a thing. I'm going to give you some tips right now. Okay, rule number one of online dating. You need to verify who this person is. What do you mean, how long does it take, Shaquita? Angel, I definitely don't know what you're going to say, but I'm sure it'll be interesting. You're a very interesting person. But I am curious. I'm curious about this because I'm very interested in knowing how people go about this. And like I said, I'm going to start my rules. I'll get back to the comments in a minute. Rule number one, and actually, Shaniqua, you said something I'm going to touch on. You have to verify who you're talking to, which means I'm going to say this. We are grown. I'm speaking to the grown folks out here right now. We grown folks. If we going to be outside and we trying to date somebody, You try to get to know somebody or whatever it is that you're up to. Rule number one is to you need to verify who they are. You know how you do that? Hey, Roxy. You know how you do that? You got to exchange phone numbers. Or before you do that, this is what you could do. Because I know some people, I don't want to give out my number like that. Okay, and this is for Facebook dating. I'm going to tell you why Facebook dating is the best. Exchange Facebook info, talk on Messenger, and have a FaceTime. Once you verify via FaceTime who y'all is, now if you want to exchange numbers, you can. If you're going to be on Facebook dating though, and you want to do the Messenger thing, this is what I'm going to say to you. I'm going to say this slowly because some of y'all motherfuckers is just slow. You have to pay the fuck attention to your messages. A lot of you wonder, and I've said this on so many different shows, a lot of you wonder why you have not found what you're looking for. It's not because it's not out there, it's because you don't pay attention. Just like how a lot of women will say, I was trying to flirt with a guy, because some dudes really don't have a clue. I've seen it. And they was loudly trying to make it clear that they was interested in dude, but dude didn't get it. And he missed the bus. It happened. But here's rule number one. Pay attention to your message. Okay? So get your Facebook Messenger exchange. This is a safe way to do it. Worst case, if you don't like them or if they're creeps, you could block them, game over. They never had your phone number or they was catfish, game over. Can't unfriend them, move on with your life. Easy. Don't have to expose your phone number, regular contact your phone number. Oh, well, they have your Facebook. So what? Everybody can see your Facebook. You can always block them. It's real easy. Even if they want to create another page to be a dumbass, block that one too. My point is, it is really easy to at least verify. Number two, you have to be proactive. This is on Facebook dating. You have to be proactive with checking your notifications on your messaging. A lot of you get messages. And in your messages, somebody will message you today, you respond to them 3 days from now. That's no way to date. That's no way to date at all. Angel, what you're referring to are rules of engagement on dating. I'm talking about how to function on the actual app so that you can actually get to the point of dating. But you are on point with what you're saying. You definitely are. Now, that being said, it's very important that your next thing, keep your pictures up to date. If you know you are 20 to 30 pounds north or south of your current weight, be honest and update your pictures. Don't take the pictures that was the best version of you from 15 years ago when you know good and goddamn well you ain't looking like that now. A lot of you misrepresent yourselves and then wonder why the narrative changes. The narrative often changes because the person that you marketed yourself off to be is not who you currently are. Imagine you go to buy a car and you say, I want to buy this Porsche Cayenne. But the engine on the inside is a goddamn 85 Pinto. You just got a shell that looks like this with an inside that's really like that. You got hoes. That's being catfished, ran astray, run amok, fucked over. That's not cool. That is misrepresentation. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with getting with somebody. They meet who you are, you meet who they are. Sometimes the connection just doesn't happen the way it's supposed to because of timing, because of other things. Life. Other things come up. different things happen. Shit happens. That's all a part of the dating process. You're gonna have a bunch of losses before you have your victory. That's a part of it. Another thing, be honest with your matching. If you know you're not really interested in the person, why are you matching with them? Doesn't make sense. What are y'all collecting matches? Doesn't give you an extra bonus point or something on. You don't get Facebook dating credits or something to go out on a date by collecting matches. Why are you collecting matches? If you're not interested in them, don't date them. It's that easy. These are easy things you can do to avoid the fuck shit. But you have to be willing to put forth that effort. And I should talk, Angel. I really can. So here's the thing. Another thing that I've also noticed when going through this dating app is you can actually control your distance. Now, I understand that some people, they believe, oh, I'm gonna find love anywhere and blah, blah, blah. But you have to be realistic. Look at logistically, especially if you know you're busy, you don't want to be trying to date somebody that lives fucking 200, 300 miles away from you. Try to find somebody in your locale. Like for us, it's the tri-state area. Where anywhere in that tri-state area isn't but so bad. They live a couple hours away. That's not that bad. But a lot of people date people, or when you're on this app, I'll have people trying to match with me, and these motherfuckers is like in Florida or Virginia, and I'm looking like, I'm not going to be driving to motherfucking Virginia every weekend. What's the point? No. And it's crazy to me because on a couple of occasions, I did it just to see, and I would hit the button and hit match, and I'll wait. Because my idea is this. Now, I know typically if I really was trying, which I wasn't, but if I really was trying, in these cases, I would be the aggressor and send them a message. But my logic is, if you're putting forth the effort to like my shit, and then I like you back, once the match happens, you get the notification, such and such match with you. Oh shit, that's somebody I like. I matched with them. Cool. Send them a message. Say hello. Because a lot of you ain't doing that. And that's one of the reasons you're also finding yourself not finding who it is you want to find. What is this? I hear from my friends that guys shave years off their age, and if they actually become friends later, they admit it. Well, that's called being a creep, Melanie. I want y'all to see this. Oh, excuse me, tapping the wrong screen. You see that? That's disgusting. Now, you should never misrepresent yourself. That's just irresponsible. It's dishonest. That's wrong. Now, one thing I will say is that often people think they know why something did or did not work. And they make assumptions instead of asking a question. I would implore you, if you have questions with somebody that you dated, wanted to date, or thought you were going to date, or blah, 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 ask them a question. You have a one-on-one conversation, you hashed all of that out. Unless they're like not answering your phone calls, then don't do that. But anyway, that's everywhere, Kim. You said a lot of creeps looking for sex only? Yeah, a lot of them are. But it's not creepy to look for sex. There's nothing wrong with just wanting to hump. My thing is, if that's all you want to do, you should say something. Sometimes a person doesn't know that that's all they want to do, and that just ends up being what it was. Sometimes shit happens. There's a lot of things involved there. I think personally, when people are looking to date, the sexual aspect is always a part of the possibilities. Excuse me. Like my cup, I got it from the event yesterday. Anyway, um, yeah, but like I said, and you're right, Shakita. That's not dating. That is not dating at all. But people look for different things on the dating apps. That's just what they do. They can't help themselves. It's like for whatever reason, they just use this because there are most of the apps that are on there. Like I'll say this with Facebook dating, which is fair. They have the option to just match as friends. We all know what friends mean because nobody's just matching to be friends. But if it says match as in match, like regular match, then yeah, you're coming at them as a dating match. If you just look at match as friends and you come out and say, listen, I'm just looking for something casual, maybe we hang out, ragdoll a little bit sometime, whatever the case may be, and that's it, then cool. Oh, obsessively intriguing? Because sometimes you don't know, and I want to answer her question. She says, how do you know that not know that you just want to hump? Because sometimes what happens is you'll come into it with all the aspirations and thoughts in the world, but once you dig deeper into their aura slash energy, you realize that beyond the physical, there's not much more that you really want from them. Or you realize that this really can only go to a surface level. And you said they fake the funk, act interested, and then boom, conversation comes real, even when looking for something serious. What do you mean, Kim? Oh, well, online dating does misrepresent itself. Very true. But I am here to tell you this with online dating too. A lot of this, and I mean dating in general, is what you make of it. It is strictly what it is that you make of it. If you allow yourself to be in certain situations, it's simply because A, you didn't really pay attention, or B, before you went too far with them, you didn't really dig deep enough. Because if you're looking for love and something deeper, maybe you want to reevaluate that and take your time. It's a mix. But at the same time, you don't want to drag it too long because that can also lead to people losing interest. And I mean, you're also a human being. You're attracted to the person, you might want to hump them. My thing is this. I say date unapologetically and have no regret. Because even in a failed situation, there is something to be learned, something to be gained, and it is a form of growth that will occur. And you should always try to take the best out of it. You know how many times, listen, man, if I went on my FB dating, I probably have about, I couldn't even tell you how many matches. And maybe about 5% of them people ever had any communication with me outside of just clicking the match button. The thing is, Shaquita, I get it. Like, patience isn't even one of my virtues. I'm one of those, I have ADD. I will get distracted if you allow me to get distracted because my mind will veer this way or veer that way. And I'll have so much on my plate that I can literally, not even purposefully, but unintentionally just forget about somebody because they don't make themselves relevant on a daily basis. You gotta keep yourself in front of me if you fucking with. You can't be over here or over there and then say, oh shit, Max, let me come back to him. By the time you came back to me, my whole mood and flavor and interest in you might be different. FB dating is not the worst. There are apps a lot worse than that. Try dating on Tag. Now that's the worst. That shit is bot central. FB dating can actually be very useful and effective because number one, it's really distance based. So it will try to match you with people that are in your vicinity for the most part. Number two, you can automatically go from that whack ass. Now the Facebook dating messenger is terrible because unless you happen to see the push notification pop down, you will not even know you got messages. But once you go to Facebook Messenger with each other, you can pop message back and forth, blah, blah, blah. And it's easy because you can exchange info on Facebook to message back and forth. And you know everybody on there got Facebook because that's how they got on Facebook dating. So y'all can easily exchange Facebook. I feel like Facebook dating has the best filter because you can do everything from a phone call to a FaceTime without exchanging numbers to verify identity prior to actually deciding, okay, let's exchange numbers, let's get to know each other, let's go out, let's link up. If we want to link up in Haunch, then link up in Haunch. But whatever it is you're going to do, you'll know off the rip because, God damn it, you can see who you're talking to in real life. Nobody, and this is the only thing, I feel like personally, I feel like I'm the exception because I'm online in so many places. There's never anybody that could look at me and say, oh my God, I had no idea what you really looked like because, I went to your page. I didn't see any pictures. I have videos, picture, content, shit. Oh, I have videos with like 200,000 views of them on my TikTok. You can't tell me. You're going to see me somewhere. But I'm an exception. In general, the best way you can do it, Facebook Messenger, boom, bang, boom, FaceTime them. Okay, we like each other. Cool. Thank you, Miss Kim. Nothing wrong with a little humping. Met nice friends. I bet. Oh, God. Yeah, obsessively intriguing. I did love Tag back in the days was lit. That's a fact. A lot of y'all also, you have to really set your filters. Shaquita, I would definitely say, as far as me, I always try to keep myself open to dating. It's just a matter of who and under what terms because I don't function under a normal. I'm not a traditional dater. I know how to do all the gentlemanly stuff, all that's cool, but I'm not a traditional dater. So the way that I care to function, especially because I'm very ambitious and I'm very busy, you got to have some flexibility and be willing to do things at times that may not always be the most optimal. That's things that are required in order to deal with me. If you're waiting for the sun, moon, and stars to align, you will be sitting on standby for a long time. Because with me, it ain't about sun, moon, stars align. I have a plan and I am going to execute this shit. Hey, Steph. It was nice almost seeing you yesterday. I saw you from a distance. I was at the event. It looked like your outfit was nice, but I couldn't see it was so good. But Steph always looks good. So anyway, yeah, she was at the event I was at yesterday. She saw me standing up on the elevated section, so she was able to spot me. I barely saw her because she's like 5 foot nothing, so I couldn't really see it that good. But my thing is that, like I said, I'm a complicated person. I wouldn't use me as the prototype for dating examples for men because most men aren't as ambitious as me. I have like 3 jobs and I'm running a couple of business ventures at this time. I'm busy. Now, granted, I'm a great guy to be with if you're willing to take the ride because I'm like success is already happening and I'm just about to go up this way. That's the only way it's going. It's up and it's stuck, as they say. But I'm a challenging dater because dealing with me, you have to be patient. Dealing with somebody like me would require patience, especially because, like I said, I'm not a traditional dater. I'm not going to fall into the traditional thing. I know Steph, so I know she's going to roll her eyes with this, but I'm an E&M person, ethically non-monogamous. So um, I don't function under the normal dating atmosphere. And because of that, when I'm getting to know women, once they find out that about me, often that'll be the thing that'll run them away because they'll be like, "Oh no, I'm selfish. I want a man of myself." Da, 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 da. Shaniqua, they say something. You can make time. You can. It can be tricky at times. Like lately, I've been swamped. Like I've had no time whatsoever. I haven't had time for myself. Listen, but that's because I'm doing something different. I'm studying for a test for a certification right now, which is taking some of my extra time on top of the other projects that I all had set up concurrently. Obsessively intriguing, I don't put that in my profile. And I actually was speaking with somebody earlier about this who's also an E&M person. And the reason why I don't do that is because it draws the wrong people. But what I do is once I have a conversation with them, this is prior to meeting up, haunching, or any other stuff, I do express my perspective on that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Steph, put a plural, ladies, ladies. But thank you. Um, but I would never put that on my profile for the simple fact that it draws the wrong people. Just algorithmically, it draws a lot of people that you're not really trying to talk to. Couples looking for you to plus one with them and shit. Because believe it or not, there are guys who are called, they like to be cucked, which means they like to see their woman railed by another dude. They would be approaching me and other things like that or whatever. Now it's a thing. I'm not knocking it, but my whole thing is I'm not looking for that. So that's what I mean by that. Shaniqua, you know what E&M is? That means I'm more poly than I am mono. Now there is a part of me that's mono, meaning that I'm monogamous. But I'm mostly a poly-minded person, and most of my energy leans that way. So that's how I operate. A lot of times when I'm out with women, I'm out with more than one woman. I'm rarely out with just one by herself. That's how I function when I'm out on certain levels. But my thing is this. That's my life. Shaniqua, don't laugh. It's not funny. Because that's my preference. Just like whatever your preference is, it might look funny to me. I'm pretty sure it is. Because a lot of you women are poly and y'all are just poly single. Meaning you might not know. You might never know. And listen, Shaniqua, if you're leaning in that direction, there's nothing wrong with that. Let me tell you something. There's nothing wrong with living your truth and being into whatever it is that you're into. Because let me tell you something. A lot of y'all be sharing and you don't even know you sharing. Okay? Y'all be sharing a whole motherfucker and don't know you sharing. Yes, Bella, FFM or V Dynamic. Thank you for putting that up there. I love when somebody comes. See, I love when that lifestyle people pull up here because they know all the official terms, and I know them too. But I just like to see them because it's like it gives them official definitions, and that feels good. And my thing is this: it's about being honest. Don't misrepresent yourself. Somebody can be sour grapes because you ain't choose them, or because you're not with them, or whatever. But that's life because sometimes we're the chosen. Bella, do me a favor, just type out what the V dynamic is for me, please, so she can see it. And yes, Steph, the ladies can be E&M too. When you're poly, you don't mind that the women might have other tastes other than you. At least in my dynamic. I'm what you call a polyamorous person. And look at that, Bella. You were sharing your husband. See, that's a whole other thing, too. That's just called fuck shit. Let me tell you something. It is never cool. Like me, once I get married, man, I'm going to have a poly marriage. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be so amazing. And you know why it's going to be amazing? Shaquita, if you want her in here, you're going to have to share it to her or something. Because if she's not my friend on, oh yeah, I think she is my friend on Facebook. She might see that tag just now, or she might not. It depends. But the thing is that if you're going like in my case, when I choose to get married, I'm gonna have poly marriage. It's gonna be great because I've learned legally how to make that work. And I said that on the previous podcast, and I can teach y'all how that works because it's all about paperwork. If you know how to do the paperwork right, you can make sure that both your women or both your partners have the same rights that a married couple would have with each other. Hey, what's up, Leonard? How you doing, man? Renata wants to be a fly on the wall. Renata's like the ghost in the machine, the fly on the wall, the woman of many different locations. I'm just fucking with you, Dan. But what's up? Um, but here's the thing: if you're gonna go on one of these dating apps, personally, all of y'all are on Facebook already. If you're really looking to find somebody, and this is why I call this red pill, blue pill. Lovely slip aside, what's up? Wow, that's a hell of a name. I just said that out loud. I realize how crazy a name that sounds saying out loud. Um, okay, so sorry, that name kind of threw me off. Um, but like I said, at the end of the day, if you're going to, oh God, I just said that phrase. I'm not going to hit the end of that. All right. If you're going to date on one of these apps, I strongly recommend dating either on Facebook dating or Bumble. Bumble, you got to pay a little money for, but it's not that bad. Leave Field alone. Field is trash. Don't use Tag. I also heard some of those other apps, Christian Mingle, who is still out there somewhere, which is totally a hookup app, but it's Christian Mingle. Anyway, let that contradictory nonsense happen. Um, and then you have um, what is it? I forget. There's some black whatever app. I don't know. That one I don't know about, but I heard it ain't that great either. Anyway, the long and short of it is Facebook dating is free and it has its potential, but you have to be willing to put in the work in order to make it work. Meaning you have to pay attention to your notifications. You have to, excuse me, you have to pay attention to your notifications, filter through to the Facebook Messenger, and see who they is. After that, everything else is academic. I don't need to tell you what to do from there. That should be easy. Another thing, though, like I said, and this is where red pill and blue pill for the title of this comes in. I'm going to change it a little bit. Now, the red pill is you're going to stick with what you know. The blue pill is you're willing, and I mean, this is kind of similar to the Matrix definitions, but I'm making up my own thing because I don't remember which way it went and I don't care. I'm making up my own. Whatever. And on the blue pill, I know somebody out there's going to be, actually, it was the red pill that, listen, I don't care. I'm making up my own definition. I want to put that up for the V dynamic, by the way. Just to explain what the V dynamic is for the person that asked. Anyway, you got the red pill and the blue pill. Now, in the red pill, you stick to what you know and you go about your life and you hope for the best in your dating atmosphere, doing the same things you've been doing, which ain't been working. Or you go blue pill, which is you try different things. If you notice that this type of thing has not worked for you over and over and over again, dare to try something different. If it's being that you normally don't entertain people in your inbox, entertain a couple. You never know. A casual conversation could turn into a lifelong marriage. And it could all start from one DM. Because to be honest, people don't interact outside like they used to. I go to an event, people look at me and they stare. I know I'm a big guy and all, but you can say hi. I have to like literally be like, hey, how you doing? Da-da-da. Look, I'm not even trying to get your phone number. I'm just being social. And that's just the truth. It's just me being social. Honestly, I'm not even out here collecting numbers. But I like to be social. And Bella, I'm going to speak on that because if I had a nickel for every time, I'd have a lot of nickel. Look at this, y'all. Well, hold on. I'm a narcissist magnet. So that's one reason I'm staying single. No. All you got to do is whatever it is that you've been doing that's been bringing you to narcissistic people, you need to do different. Now, Bella, if me and you spoke on the side, because I'm not going to say all of that on the podcast, I'm going to keep it a stack with you. I can see rooms for improvement in the way that you do certain things in order to attract a different kind of guy. That's just my opinion based on observations I've made because I pay attention to people that are in my circles. And I've seen you, Bella, and I see you. Now, I haven't met you personally as of yet, but in the relationship PTSD that you have to work on that. But, sometimes it is about doing the healing, taking the time. But also, eventually, you just got to jump off the ledge and flap your fucking wings. You got to get out there and fly. And look at this. Obsessively Intriguing says, I'm socially awkward, but so are many people on dating sites. Yes, most people on dating sites are socially awkward. That is why they have a hard time. Oh, yeah, Bella, you're going to the event next week. That's right. Yes, I'll see you there. But anyway, like I said, that is why they're on dating apps because it's easier to approach somebody on a dating app than it is to have to talk to them in real life, to have that pressure. You know what the problem is too? People are afraid of rejection. Rejection is the number one hindrance of those that could have life and love success. Is they're afraid to step out on the ledge and say hi. And you're right, Shaquita, it is kind of like speed dating, but it also is good because you can get to know people and figure things out more than one at a time. And you can see, okay, out of this, a process of elimination, these people are gone. You might meet up with, if you connect with 20 people, you might meet up with 5 of them. And out of that 5, maybe you'll sleep with 2 of them. And one of them might be a winner. The other one might be a chicken dinner. But at the end of the day, you will realize that there are certain things that will help you to get past the awkwardness. You just have to step out on that ledge. Let's see here. And Bella, yes, I will talk to you on Messenger. It'll probably be, I don't know if it'll be later, but I'll definitely hit you up on Messenger sooner or later. Shaquita, I mean, listen, it can take a lot of dicks sometimes, or it might only take a couple. The thing is sitting on the bench ain't going to get you in the game either. If you want to win, you got to be in the game. If you see things that have potential, I'm not telling you to go sitting on dicks, but be out there. You have to get out there in order to play. You got to be like, yo, coach, put me in. In this case, you are the coach and the player. So you can put yourself in the game. Stop benching yourself. That's not going to help. Okay, listen. Steph has a serious interest with this V dynamic, and I want to make sure I put this up since she loves it so much. I scrolled back just for Steph. And it says a V dynamic is when a person has a relationship with two different people. They know about it, so it's ethical non-monogamy. Basically, you are the hinge, meaning you can have more than one person you're dating. Yes, that is a possible and very viable option. There's so many different ways to date. Some of y'all are dating the wrong way. Some of you think because you're so indoctrinized and I'm gonna take it to this tradition. I'm gonna take it to the church for a second. A lot of people indoctrinized by their religions, be it Christianity, Muslim faith, or whatever else, and they're taught to, and that indoctrination has them approaching dating from a certain way because they grew up like this, and they don't realize that they are dating the wrong way, which is why they can't find what they're looking for. Now, what you say, you took two sleeping pills, I'm not going to be hanging in much longer. That's okay, Bella. And I will catch you on the side. And Shaniqua, you said rejection is okay. It just means that the person is not for you. People need to understand that and keep looking for what's for you. And that's very true too. A lot of people don't understand that certain things are for you. A lot of things are not. Most things are not going to be for you, which is when you find a match, you try to do what you can to make it work because most matches ain't for you. Even though when you see some, and there's a lot of people here, could y'all hit the like button, please? Just like it, share, all that good stuff. Even if they don't catch this from the beginning, this will stay on the page, and my page is public. You don't even have to be my friend, which I think I'm kind of out of friend slots anyway, to like it. So I'm just saying. Anyway, like I said, there's so many different ways to approach this dating field. You have to find what works for you. If you don't find what works for you, it's because you're not trying. You're not looking. Keep looking. You're going to find it. And the thing is, nobody's saying to even be aggressive with the looking. You can literally just keep your eyes and mind open. When a guy approaches your inbox respectively, don't be on Facebook acting goofy. Oh my God, these guys is all in my inbox. Because you know what that says to me? When I see that on somebody's Facebook page, I don't want to talk to her. She sound raggedy. Why are you posting that on your Facebook? All these guys in my inbox. Who are you trying to sound lit for? Us or yourself? Because do you think you care? Listen, a woman can have one eye, one leg, and a peg leg used for a kickstand and have 50 followers in there. She's showing a little bit of this and this. And Shaquita, see, the thing is, I'm going to say to you about that, there is no proper way to date as far as that goes. That's what you got to learn. Now, I'm not saying to fuck first. No. You can go out first. But what I'm saying is sometimes you got to get creative. You got to look for, if you want something spectacular, you got to be willing to step out on the ledge to achieve it. Nobody gained. The reason why I am destined for the greatness that I'm destined for, and I'm achieving it. I'm not showing y'all everything that's happening right now, but it's happening. And I'm grateful to everybody that supports me, that likes and shares and does all that stuff. Things are happening, and they're happening because people are believing in me, because I've counseled over 1,000, actually over 1,100 people now. And it's like I'm grateful. But the reason why that's happening is because I go above and beyond the norm in order to achieve this success. I'm taking another certification because I'm looking for a success above and beyond the normal person. You don't become great by doing regular shit. If all you're doing is regular shit, you're never going to be great. Thank you, Steph. Um, Bella, you got 2 pages. Listen, a lot of people do. We all have to keep the family off of the one where the tomfoolery goes down. But listen, like I said, let me see. I want to see what obsessively intriguing said. She said, I also think that people get upset when they get rejected because they step out of their comfort zone and can't believe the audacity of the rejecter. Listen, life is full of rejection. Rejection builds character. Rejection builds strength. Rejection builds fortitude. It makes you tougher. Rejection is a beautiful thing. If you got every single thing as soon as you tried to get it, there would never be any true growth or progress. Because the reason why we have half the stuff we have, the innovative things that we have on this world, um what you call it, the ingenuity that exists. All these things would not be possible without rejection. The reason why a lot of things in place, the reason why I have one of my multiple career paths is because of rejection. Rejection is not bad. People got to stop looking at rejection as negative. Rejection is a learning process. What could I do differently? Or maybe there was nothing I could do differently. Sometimes the person just ain't for you. Everybody ain't going to say yes to me. What do you think? Because I'm tall and light skinned and all the women going to want me? No. Some women might like a dark skinned guy, might want a guy with dreads. They might want. Listen, there's somebody for everybody. You have to be okay and confident in yourself. This all starts with self confidence. The moment that you have self confidence and belief in yourself is the moment that you, as a person, are able to grow. This is when you're able to elevate to that next level. If you feel that your life has been stagnant, if you feel that your dating life has been kind of middle of the road, that's because you have not made any efforts to do anything to make it grow. Instead, you stay in the same place. This is one time where I will say not to listen to TLC with Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls. Chase them motherfuckers. Because sticking to the same rivers and lakes ain't going to do nothing for you. If you've been drowning in them same rivers and lakes, maybe it's time for you to find a different body of water. And then you complain when you're standing in a river or lake and saying that it's pissy. It's because you've been standing in it for 15 years. You have to go and make an effort. If you're the type of person who normally isn't a phone person, if you're not a phone person, you're not really dateable. I mean, don't expect anybody to take you serious. That's why I'm gonna keep it a stack. For those of you who don't communicate much, except we send text messages to each other, just know that's probably why 95% of the men that you come across only want to fuck, because at the end of the day, they don't really know shit about you anyway. How much are you really gonna know about somebody that you don't talk to? You don't learn their inflections. You don't learn the little tricks about them, blah, 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 blah. You don't learn it because you never talk to them. And that's the thing, is you have to talk to them. You have to understand that you have to engage. Like, I've had women tell me, I'm not really a phone person. I'm more of a texter. Okay. You know where those went? Nowhere. Next. Because my hands are busy. I ain't got time to be sending and texting you all the time. I'll shoot a message here and there. Okay, good. Cool. I have mad messages I still need to catch up on now. I could see them going off as I'm on this thing. And my thing is, I'm not going to catch up on all that because I'm busy. And you have to understand the importance of taking the time out. If you want to know somebody, you actually have to talk. So if you're trying to seriously date, don't expect anybody to take you seriously. If they're going out with you, more than likely they're just like, okay, we want to go eat. All right, we'll go here. Cool, text, text, text. We link up. Oh, we'll talk when we're in person. Uh-huh. Then you realize you have nothing in common with the person because you never took time out to really talk to them. You just text. Sorry, that's not the form of communication that's viable for a love and romance. Sorry, it don't work. It never has, never will. Just and then for the one person to say, "Well, that's what I did. It worked for me." Yeah, okay. How long you been with them? Hmm. Okay. Y'all still doing that? Hmm. Okay. I give y'all a year, if that. And that depends on how busy y'all are. So that's number one thing is you need to viably communicate. Also, know the type of man that you're dealing with. If you know the type of man you're dealing with is busy, you better make an effort to communicate with them. Fellas, same thing. You know the woman you're dealing with is busy, make effort. This goes for anybody. If you know who you're dealing, like you got to know who you're dating. A lot of y'all don't know them. You don't even try. You just know what you want. And you're not listening to what they are because you're too busy hearing what you want. Selective hearing is the death of most relationships because most relationships could have been ended before they started if motherfuckers would have just paid attention. These is easy things. As Jay-Z once said, I'm giving you $1 million worth of game for free 99. I'm saving you from having to pay for divorces. I'm saving you from having to deal with the headache of toxic breakups and all that stuff. Just try what I'm saying and listen to me. And we all busy. I love me a busy motherfucker. As long as you know how to prioritize that a little bit. But if you are a busy woman and you're dealing with a busy guy, then you can't just say, I'm going to wait till our times align perfectly in order to see each other. Y'all might have to make a midnight link up, even if that means going to a diner and having dinner. And that's where it is because we only had this time available. If the time is after that, you want to hang out on this Netflix and chill, then oh well. Because when you have a specifically busy life, you have to be willing to make those sacrifices. You have to be willing to make those sacrifices. You can't say, oh, well, I don't want to meet at this time. Oh, I don't want to do that because that's kind of late. And I ain't trying to be out like that because I don't want you looking at me and keep trying to fuck and da-da-da. Next, you're making excuses. You don't want to link up. You got to be flexible. It ain't about creeping hours, though. Some people work those hours. Hell, I work through the night. I might not finish until 5 in the morning sometimes. The fuck that mean? Sometimes that means, okay, if depending on what I'm doing, I might be able to stop for a couple of hours, say, hey, let's have some food, then I'll go back to what I'm doing. And my thing is that you have to be flexible because we're all adults. You ladies say that you don't want, and I mean, the reason I'm going to say this, especially because I don't hear men complain about this so much as ladies, but I do hear men say this too. But I will say, ladies often complain about how busy a man is. But my question is, how flexible did you make yourself for that man? What efforts did you make? Did you even try to link up with them, say hi, whatever? Or did you say, nah, I want to wait till we meet up, and all this other stuff? If you're making excuses, you're not trying to get close to nobody. And you know what's going to happen? There's going to be that girl who's going to have all the assets and personality markers just like you, except the one difference is unlike you, they are going to make the effort to link up, even if it is a little bit out of the norm, because they want to get the ship moving. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to see your calls diminishing because the other person's calls is increasing. Or it could just be he might be making a decision or whatever. But my thing is, this shit is a competition. I want y'all to know, and I'm gonna say this, I gotta get off this thing soon, but dating is a competition for all of us. We're all competing, men and women. You need to realize that you're in constant competition, especially if the person or people that you're interested in are people who have a lot of eyes on them. You have to realize that there's a lot of people in the air talking that shit. And there's going to difference between this one and this one is simply going to be which one of you is going to really make the effort. Because I feel like a lot of times y'all don't make the effort and then wonder why you're struggling. Yo, Mark, what up? You have to realize you're struggling simply because you don't step out of the ordinary to make an effort. So, like Bella said, and I didn't forget you, Bella. Bella said, hold on, before I even get into that, Steph, you know what's ironic about May the Best Man Win? Often that's not what happens. It's normally which one was the most persistent because they had the most free time to go running behind motherfuckers. And a lot of times that's the man y'all end up with, and he ain't always the best choice. He was just the one that went the hardest. Like I said, you need to evaluate your options, not just take it because this one was the hottest one in front of you. You understand what I'm saying? You have to evaluate because sometimes, and I'm just saying this because I know how this dating shit goes, somebody might be the best at running behind you because the more successful, more productive, higher level man that you really would prefer is busy being that productive, higher level man. So he ain't going to chase you. He'll pursue, but he ain't going to chase it. There's definitely a difference. Shaniqua, if you're dating, you're in Shaniqua, you're in dating just like if you're monogamous and your partner isn't. You're probably in a poly and don't even know it. You're probably in a competition and you just ain't aware of it because they ain't made you aware. But if you're dating, until you have a committed relationship, you in competition. Trust me. Because there's a whole lot, no matter how big your titties is, no matter how pretty you are, how fat your ass is, there's somebody that got more that's going to spit that shit, that's going to make that move. But it's not all about that. It's about vibes. It's about energy. It's about connection. Like, there's a lot of other factors involved. Like, something that was mentioned to me today was like, why is it that a dude will end up with a woman that's less than in appearance than the woman that he was currently with? He'll leave her and get with this one. Why? Because this one's vibes is better. This one's energy is better. This one is showing more positive and productive whatever that makes his life and energy and situation feel good. So this way is allowed to enjoy whatever pleasures of life he wants to enjoy, and his woman that he's with current is giving him a better access to that than the one he was with in the past. That's why I say, it's always a competition. And Shaniqua, like I said, monogamous or not, it doesn't matter. I just was using that as an example. But my point is that is a version of competition. You're all competing. There's always somebody else. The better your shit is, as far as the better the person you have is, the more people you have competing for that person. There are a bunch of people who want what you got at any given time. When you think about it, when you're in a relationship, everybody checking for you because your aura is different. You're in a different space. You're in a different energy. But when you're single, you feel like you hardly have as many people checking for you. And that's true because you're in a different energy, a different space. You're not drawing that same kind of people. It happens that way. The key to truly being alluring is you have to change the kind of energy that you're putting out by changing how you feel on the inside. The moment you do that, you will see a difference in your dating and life experience. I promise you that. This will be something that will lead to a different moniker of success for you in all of your love life relationship endeavors. That is something that I personally will guarantee you where you will see a difference if you change those patterns. And Steph, what you said, another woman would come snatch up whatever time you get with your man. This is true. That can happen. Very true. I can see that. Whew. Anyway, I've been jawboning this thing an hour and 20 minutes. I'm going to continue this topic because I feel like there's still a lot more to touch. I'm also going to be looking for a female perspective soon. So if you would be interested on coming on, and you can speak proper English, because I ain't got time for saying huh and what's here. You gotta be able to speak and pronounce words clearly. I'm not knocking any accents, but goddamn, you gotta be able to be understood by everybody listening to it. It's an English speaking podcast, so we gotta be able to understand the English. But if you would like to come on, looking for a female perspective to come on, jump on one of these with me. I have a couple of people that have asked already, but I want to get a couple more on. I might put up multiple of y'all at once so I can have some different perspectives from the female side. I would love to have you. Just DM me. If you're on YouTube, hit me up in the comments and I'll follow up with you. Also, I will put this up. Let me see. This is my email address. Which one? Matter of fact, I'm not even going to put that up here because I don't want that here. Hey, nothing wrong with being confident, Shaniqua. I'm sure you're very alluring. Everybody has their own ways of being or whatever. And I'm sure you have your share of people checking for you. But anyway, like I said, hit me up. You can DM me if you're on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, just like it on the comments and I'll respond with my email address, whatever. And you can email me some contact info so that we can set up to get on this podcast. I'll send you the link the day of. This podcast goes on every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do live topics once a week at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, though. So this is my time slot. It's mine. I own this. I want to give my shout outs as I always do. Shout out to the Discreet Friends podcast. Comes on Mondays, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard. You have the BLX Experience Lifestyle podcast. Comes on, I believe it's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. I'm going to double check that time, though, but I believe that's the time. I could actually verify that for you right now because he just recently posted. Oh, excuse me. No, correction. The BLX Black Lifestyle Experience comes on at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See, I got a lot going on, so I lose track of things sometimes. But again, want to give a shout out to them too, as I always do. Again, love y'all. Appreciate y'all for sticking around and being on this with me. We had a lot of people on here today, and I want to keep that going. I will keep sending reminders. I'm going to post it. Check the stories day of for reminders that it's going on and it's going live. What's going on? Look for my little reels and other videos that I post up throughout the week because I'll still have those going as well. Plenty of content to go through. So anyway, it's getting late. Thank y'all, and good night, and bless y'all. Stay safe. Until next time. Peace.